In today's video, we're going to focus on the Orlando Magic Tracy McGrady led roster from 2002 in the Kobe era. This is a team that never had a ton of potential, but it always had Tracy McGrady, which is a good thing in 2K. He's always been a monster, but he doesn't have any help here. He has a Grant Hill who's past his prime. He's the injured version of Grant Hill. He's still solid, but I think we can flip a few pieces and make something else work there. So what we're going to do is jump right into the Magic and see if we can turn that into a championship team in the next couple of years. Today's video takes us to the Kobe era, which is where we're going to be rebuilding the Tracy McGrady Orlando Magic. He is a high 90 overall in this game during this era, and most importantly, he's not hurt. So we're going to see if we can win him a championship in Orlando. What could be difficult about this is trades are very hard to make in this era, and there's really not many players that can be traded for. And so what we're going to try to do is move some of these bigger contracts like Grant Hill, who's already 30. And we're going to try to get draft picks or just shorter contracts. Remember, this is before the LeBron draft class that has Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Carmelo Anthony in it. So we might be able to get draft picks in that draft class. And that would do like this move right here. This would help us rebuild very fast. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to move that. So Grant Hill's gone. And the idea is this season, well, Tracy McGrady's here for 6 years, so he's not going anywhere. But we're going to try to move off these big contracts and get smaller ones for draft picks so we can sign people in free agency and, things of that nature. And if we can land one of the guys like Chris Bosh to pair with Tracy McGrady, we're looking good. So what I'm going to try to do, so I'm going to get smaller contracts back. I'm going to try to get draft picks. I'm going to see what's going on. We got 3 first rounders already this draft. And by trading away people like this, the Magic are going to suck. They might have sucked with Tracy McGrady and I already forgot who we traded. Grant Hill. So they were probably going to be bad with him. So it helps to, get off that big deal because he's not going to be special for us. And so we're getting younger. And we're getting more flexibility, and I think that's what's important. Oh, we got Jack Vaughn. That's not a huge deal, but it's 4 years, and we want as much flexibility as we can get. So let's see if we can flip him for a 1-year deal. Kevin Ollie right there. And somehow an upgrade. So let's do that. And let's also, Pat Garrity was down here, 4 years, $2.35 million. Doesn't seem like a lot of money, but back in this time, it was a ton of money. And so if we can turn that into a 1-year contract, that's huge. And I see a couple of them floating around, trying to see if there's anyone offering a draft pick for. I don't know why they would. They do here. Rockets. Are the Rockets going to be bad in 05? They got Yao Ming, who's a rookie right now. I don't think they'll be bad. So let's just do this one. It doesn't really matter what we do here. Just get his contract moved. So we see Bob Surge traded for him, so can't get off him. Stephen Hunter. So we get Danny Ferry in first rounder. Let's do this. And this leaves us with Tracy McGrady and Mike Miller. And Mike Miller is a solid guy. He can shoot the ball. But let's see if there's anything out here for him. He might fetch a first-round pick from somebody trying to win a championship now. This top 3 protected. We want the top 3 unprotected draft pick. That's huge, actually. We might do that. Jazz, they got... Is this the Darko pick from the Grizzlies? I don't know. It says it's 3-star value, though. I'm gonna do this. Is Memphis his pick? I'm doing that for sure. They have no idea what they're missing out on. And so let's simulate the season. Let's have the computer do the rotation. And when we simulate the season, the Magic should be very bad because it's just Tracy McGrady, who is now hurt. So things shouldn't go great for him this season. I guess he healed fast. But things should be rough. And if they're bad, we get a high draft pick. We have our pick. We have the Grizzlies pick. We have the Kings pick. We have the Hornets pick. As far as I know, those are not good teams. And as you can see, we're not. We're definitely not a good team. So we might get rebuilt really fast going into next season. And we might surround ourselves with a bunch of future Hall of Famers, which would be huge because Tracy McGrady, I think that he has that potential too. Definitely does in this game. He's probably averaging over 30 points a game right now because he's the only person. Let's check real quick. Yeah, he's averaging 32. So getting him a running mate is priority number 1. We have a lot of money to spend next summer, and we have draft picks to make. So let's just get right through this. All right, at the end of the season, we see Tim Duncan puts up a monster season, wins MVP. Yao Ming's Rookie of the Year. Marcus Fizer is Sixth Man of the Year. Ben Wallace put up Defensive Player of the Year numbers. Got Richard Jefferson, Most Improved. Guess so. Interestingly enough, Tracy McGrady is first team All-NBA. We finished with less than 30 wins. But he shows that he's a monster. And we obviously didn't make the playoffs, so I'm going to simulate through the rest of the playoffs and see what draft pick we got. Tim Duncan, Finals MVP. No big deal. And we see a bunch of retirements. Michael Jordan retired. We got Hall of Fame inductees. Doesn't really matter. Let's just go straight to the lottery. All right, we got the number 2 pick, which means we can probably get Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, or Carmelo Anthony. And I'm going to see if we can package this 9 and 10 pick to go up to 3 or 4. And we get 2 of those guys. The Nuggets look like they're going to get LeBron, but that's not a huge deal. This is actually pretty big for us. So I'm going to see what we can do. Our 3rd pick, that's the Heat. If we can put 9, 10 together and call it a day, that'd be amazing. That doesn't work. Let's throw a player in. Worth anything. Absura, you want him? They do take it. Okay, so we get the 2 and the 3 picks, so this is huge for us. This might be a quick rebuild because we're getting 2 Hall of Fame level talent. They got LeBron as expected. We're getting Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh or Carmelo. Chris Bosh. I feel like Carmelo and Chris Bosh because Tracy McGrady is shooting guard. So let's do that. Let's get Chris Bosh and Carmelo. That means Dwayne Wade goes forward to the grid. What's our next pick? This is a good draft class. Big deep. But we have the 13th pick. What they want for that. Keith Van Horn. That's interesting. We just got Bosh, though. Big Z. Do we do that? Yeah, why wouldn't we do that? That's a center. Did we just rebuild immediately? Like, we got a good squad all of a sudden. We got Bosh, 83. Carmelo, 82. Wayne Cooper, sorry, you didn't make the team. Hold on. So, going into free agency, we have Tracy McGrady, Ilgauskas, Bosh, Carmelo. We need point guard play. I say we bring in... let's get Steve Kerr. And Darryl Armstrong. Just bring him back. He's got familiarity with the system. And so, we'll just bring him back in. So, we got point guard signed. I think we just call it a day here and look at player progression. Tracy McGrady... I don't think he gets better. He's a 97. He got better. Ilgauskas dropped. We still need a point guard. But I think this seems like a championship team next couple of seasons as everyone develops. We should have like 390 overalls in the lineup. This might be a playoff team this season. I don't see why it wouldn't be. We need a point guard upgrade. Is there a way to make that happen? Do you think they do that straight up? Am I going to finesse myself? Oh, okay. They didn't let me finesse myself. All right, I'm just going to run through the season. At the trade deadline, we're 18 and 27, which is kind of strange because I actually thought we were a playoff team. But looking at it, I see why we're not because Chris Bosh is hurt along with Carmelo Anthony. They are out or broken left. Okay, Bosh out for the season and Carmelo Anthony's 4 to 6 weeks. So we're another bad team. So what we could try here is bottoming out again and getting Dwight Howard because we suck, which is, it's odd. So Ilgauskas seems like the next guy to move. He's the big contract. TJ Wallace down here, giant contract. I don't even know who this man is. Doesn't even play. There's no way he plays. Okay, so we got this guy. Let's see if we can turn this to a 1-year deal. Doesn't look like that's out there for us, so we can do this and then try to flip Billy. Again, I don't know who these people are. If they're real people, I'm sorry. And that's the thing, I can't trade him. Okay, Ralph Westbrook, can we turn you into a 1-year deal? So you'll be out of here this offseason. And Ilgauskas, he's the next guy to move, and he's an 85 overall. So we can either get people back for him, like in this case. And it's actually an interesting one. Ricky Davis is young. This is our point guard problem fixed. Yeah, that seems to solve a lot for us, but I don't know if we do. Might just hang on to Ilgauskas. Our point guard problem too. It's no assist. This would allow us to get money off the books, and let's do that. Let's do this trade and go through the rest of the season. Okay, LeBron James, Rookie of the Year. That's not a surprise. Shaq, he dominated. Rip Hamilton's most improved, I guess. We got Tracy McGrady. He's actually hurt by the end of the year, but he's first team All-NBA again. So he's ready. He needs help, but he's ready to go. We didn't make the playoffs. We should have another good draft pick. And with the development of our young guys, that make a mistake here. With the development of our young guys, it looks like we should be good. Like now, this year. If we're not a playoff team this year, I don't really understand. So let's see the draft lottery. We got, where are we? We're the Magic. We got the 12th pick. We sucked, and we still got the 12th pick. That's kind of disappointing. So we can, first of all, let's do this. Let's see if we can get rid of a big contract. This guy, yeah, Billy Brown. That should free us up some money. So we can get Ben Gordon, who turns into a nice scorer. We can even get Josh Smith, who can be a power forward. He can come off the bench. For Tony Allen. Tony Allen, defensive dude off the bench for us. Or we can get Bino Udre, point guard. Seems like there are a lot of options. I'm gonna do Ben Gordon. So let's do rookie signing. We got Ben Gordon and Keith Walker, not Kemba. Low early for him. And we got this. Nobody's moving there, it looks like. Qualifying offers. We can let both those guys walk. So I think, can we afford KG? We win a championship this year if we get KG. So can I free up $1 million? I think we do. Billy Brown. He didn't get taken in the draft, by the way. They didn't want him. Pistons, you have no idea what you just did for me. All right, we're getting KG. And we're going to slide. Who do we have? Chris Bosh. He might slide the center. Let's just throw the bag at him. 16 mil. And no trade clause. No one comes close. Oh, no. He wants to stay with the Magic. Or stay with the Timberwolves. We threw him the bag. He said, no, I'm good. That's fine. We can get Tony Parker if we don't do that. Either way, we're making a big upgrade. How about this? You staying with Spurs? Oh, no. We missing out on everybody? Well, nah. We need to get somebody. We can't whiff. Someone's going to say yes to us. Why did they let us go so high in KG? No one says yes. Pau Gasol says yes. That's good. Yeah, we'll take that. And we need a point guard. Let's get Carlos Arroyo in here. He didn't want to come. Brevin Knight, Gerald Wallace. Actually, I'd rather have Gerald Wallace over Brevin Knight. We get them both. We can get them both. And let's do Tyrone Hill, I guess. All right, looking at player progression, we see Tracy McGrady. He's a 97. Pau Gasol is an 87. And Chris Bosh and Carmelo Anthony went up to 86 and 84, respectively. But we have Bobby Jackson dropping to a 78, but that's not bad. And Ben Gordon, our draft pick, he's 77. Israel Wall, 77. So we have a makings of a solid roster here. This should be a playoff team if nobody gets hurt. And I might be able to make some more moves. Ideally want a better point guard. And that's pretty much the only hole in the roster. It doesn't look like there's many point guards, but we also need a backup center. And those should be easier to find. Ours is a 71. So we can get somebody like Brendan Haywood, who's got traded, so that's not an option. And Jason Collins, not an option. But if we can get somebody, this would work. Ben Gordon and a starting point guard. That doesn't work. I lied. Eddie Curry for Chris Bosh. That's not it. So I don't know if we're getting a backup center. Look at it. So let's just see how this year goes. We should still be a good team. And from the looks of things, it looks like that's true. So let's just go to the end of the year and see what we look like. Second year in the league, LeBron comes away with the MVP award, which is surprising. Dwight Howard, he's Rookie of the Year. We kind of wanted to get him, but it didn't work out. Mike Miller, Sixth Man of the Year. We traded him away earlier in the video. I realized it was that long ago. But we're looking good. We actually don't have a first team All-NBA. Tracy McGrady's here. His numbers are still very good, but he didn't make that team for whatever reason. We finished with the first seed. And That was kind of expected considering our lineup is just stacked. Tracy McGrady is actually up to a 99. This rebuild's pretty much done. But obviously, the playoffs still gotta happen, so let's see what happens here. But I don't expect the 8th seed Cleveland Cavaliers to be a threat at all. And they weren't. So this goes against the Boston Celtics. They got Paul Pierce. As far as I know, they don't really have anything else. And Carmelo matches up against them. Chris Bosh against Antoine Walker. We had the huge edge center, huge edge shooting guard, and like Bobby Jackson got hurt, actually. I don't know if that really matters. Oh no, he's coming off the bench. They decided to come off the bench. So, I mean, we have the edge in every area. This might be another sweep. Okay, it's not a sweep. We might lose. Game 7. That's a lot closer than I thought this would be. Is someone hurt? Whatever. Let's simcast it. Let's look. So, we got home court. Magic are actually losing. But there's still time left. Looks like, oh, Magic actually... Oh, no. They get eliminated. They lose. I was talking that mess, and look what happened. It looked like someone got hurt. Looks like Carmelo Anthony was hurt. His presence was felt. He had a ankle sprain, took him out for the season. So that looked like that was going to be our championship year, and that being the Celtics year. But what this means is another year of development, and we're going to come back even stronger. And so I don't think moves really have to be made this offseason, other than just make sure everyone comes back. So make sure everyone comes back, and we should be looking good again. And player progression, we should see another leap by a lot of guys. Carmelo and Chris Bosh are both high 80s. Pau Gasol's an 87, David Moore. Tracy McGrady's a 98. So we are looking good. This is a solid squad. We should be the first seed again if nobody gets hurt. But, as you see, injuries happen. AG wins MVP. Chris Paul, Rookie of the Year with the Sonics. Jay Williams, Defensive Player, Ben Wallace. And Jason Richards, most improved, 34 points a game. I'd say that's most improved. He deserves that. Doc Rivers, that's us. We got Coach of the Year. Is Tracy McGrady hurt? He's not. He just didn't make a team. His numbers dropped. Got people all around him. Looks like someone's hurt, though. That's Chris Bosh. I already knew that. Broken leg, 2 to 4 weeks. All right. We're going to probably get Bosh back. Actually, let's see if they put him in here. They do. All right. In the playoffs, we're going to want to cut this rotation down. So we got the bench depth. We're going to cut it to 8. And what that does is mean our star players play more. And that's good for us because we're a top-heavy lineup. This cuts Christian Laettner out of the lineup fairly, though. Even though Chris Bosh hurt, it shouldn't matter. We're better than the Bobcats. We're in the playoffs very fast for an expansion team. So we got the Wizards out Michael Jordan. He's gone. But they got Jerry Stackhouse, Mike Miller. Remember, we traded him. Charles Boozer's on that team. It's not bad. Is Chris Bosh out again? What happened to Chris Bosh? Did we not stay healthy? He's out. What happened? Dislocated right patella. That's crazy. He got hurt 2 playoff runs in a row. We still got 2 90s in the lineup. So it might be okay. But that's a killer blow. We do get by the Wizards, and we're going against a 6 seed Indiana Pacers, who they don't have Jermaine O'Neal. So that's not a lineup that kills us at power forward. And it looks like we're just a better team, even without Bosh. So let's see how this goes. Win game 1. Win game 2. Lose game 3. Game 7. We're game 7 now. These injuries, man, they're killer. And it looks like, oh man, are we going to lose another game 7? No way. No, we're pulling away. We're not pulling away. Well, that was close at the end. But we go to the NBA Finals against somebody. Sonics. They had, who'd they get? Didn't they have someone good? Didn't someone just win an award from them? It doesn't look like it. I swore someone did. It looks like they might be beat up too, because that backcourt for them is disastrous. I mean, we have no Chris Bosh. So, I mean, it might be closer than it should be, but I think we're better. We win game 1, prove it. We win game 2. Win game 3. We don't, you don't blow 3-0 leads, so it looks like we sweep. And Tracy McGrady's finals MVP. With 3 years left on his deal at just 27, he wins a championship. And honestly, that was kind of expected because, Christian Laettner goes on top. We got a lot of guys. And even without Chris Bosh, we're able to win a championship because this roster is loaded. And if we keep going, we could have 390 overalls, and this would be a dynasty, but we're not going to do that. We're going to stop it here. And there you have it. Tracy McGrady, an NBA champion, something he did not achieve in real life. As it turns out, it was pretty simple to get done. All we had to do was draft, Carmelo Anthony and Chris Bosh. But we did it. If you enjoyed the video, I encourage you to leave a like and maybe leave a comment.